Down it goes. Right. I know what you're thinking. It's been all men, and I am by far the shortest. I actually stopped growing when I was 13. A lot of things happened when I was 13. I stopped growing. I discovered that I was actually never going to be a professional dancer on Strictly, so thought I'd chase the mediocre celebrity act instead. That's why I'm doing this. Yeah, I also discovered who Oprah Winfrey was. Big time. I'll explain. So my sister went to Madame Tussauds, and she came back with a photo of her and Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, and it was all very exciting. But at the same time, the Bruno Mars song, I Wanna Be a Billionaire, came out, and there's a lyric in the song that says, standing next to Oprah and the Queen. Now you understand where my 8-year-old brain went. I looked at the magnet, heard the song, looked at the magnet and said, that's Oprah Winfrey. So spent the next 4 years of my life thinking that Oprah Winfrey was a old white man. You can understand why it was confusing that there was an Oprah Winfrey show. Why was this guy who was standing with the Queen interviewing celebrities? Bit confusing, but yeah, I discovered I could never do dancing, and so I focused my talents on something else. And I actually discovered that growing up in a family where you are the 4th out of 5 children, the most irrelevant child, actually sets you up pretty well for argument. So I joined debating, and with the debating team, they took us to Austria. Oh, yeah, Austria. Have any of you been to Austria? You've been to Austria? How did you liked it? Yeah, good. Yeah, it's great. Any of you Austrian? Good. Oh, you're Austrian? Anyone?
You know that.
Well, good. You will be very offended by the next 10 minutes. I went to Austria, and as a Jewish person, being shepherded to Austria, didn't do great things for my generational trauma. But anyway, we made it, and they put on this night that they called Austropop. And it was basically a night where they celebrated Austrian culture. And they sat us all down in a hall, and a very little man in his very best shirt got up to the microphone and stood in front of us and said, hello everyone, welcome to my town. I am the mayor of the town. Very thank you for your being here. We now have on video to show you of our town. And then the projector slowly descends, and this kind of video starts of this town. It starts with these huge panning shots of this tiny Austrian village, and then it switches to a woman in a pub who's like, yes, I like to run my town here, this is very nice. And then it's like another panning shot of this tiny town, and then it switches to a lollipop lady who's like, yes, I like to take the children across the road, just very nice. And then another panning shot, and this carries on for the next 10 minutes. So we're sitting there in silence watching this video. Finally it ends. The man comes back up to the mic, he says, now I will hand over to the teacher of the school we have here in Straum. And we're like, the fuck? A teacher? What's a party? Anyway, hands over to a teacher who's like, hello everyone, welcome. The children have been doing a project, as they would like to show their project with you. And then she kind of hands down to this like little chorus of Austrian children that have gathered on the stage, and she passes down to the first child, who goes, hello everyone, we have been doing a project about bats, and we are here to show you. And then this word art presentation comes up, the transitions, the gradients, the whole thing, and passes down to the next little Austrian child, who says, we have been doing a project about bats. Last week we made bat boxes. Does anyone know what a bat box is? Because I certainly don't. Still don't know. Passes down to the next Austrian child. Bear in mind, on the screen there are photos of them making bat boxes, whatever the fuck that means. Passes down to the next Austrian child who says, very sweetly, we were very efficient. Sorry. Well, I mean, if you want to be efficient at anything, it's making bat boxes. So, honestly, good for you, good for you. This little Austrian child then passes down to the very smallest, tiny Austrian child, who then says, we now have a dance to show you about the bats. And I shit you not, the lights go down, Austrian children appearing from absolutely fucking nowhere come running on the stage. The song Where Them Girls At starts playing, and this collection of Austrian children start doing an entire performance to Where Them Girls At, dressed fully as bats. We are sitting there, complete silence, and all I can think is, fuck Brexit, I want more shit like that. Thank you everyone, you've been a wonderful